friends, happy Thursday. Today we're going to be reading this book about sports because on your reading assignment for today it says to read a book where the character plays a sport. For example, dance or baseball. So we already know that characters are people or animals that are in a story. So our book sort of has characters, except this book is a nonfiction book because we can tell that this is a picture of real people. And if you look at the pictures in the story, they were taken with someone's camera and they're real pictures of real things. So that means that the author is probably going to tell us real, true facts about playing sports. So, and then at the end, we're going to talk about what the setting of the story is. So, this is Have a Ball by Nancy Noel Williams. And this isn't really about one sport. It's kind of about a bunch of sports and the things you use to play sports. What is a ball? You might think that balls are smooth and round, but there are many different kinds of balls. Let's turn the pages to read all about them. And this says, what are balls made of? So if you have played some sports before, that you know that this is a baseball. And baseballs are about that big, and they are very, very hard. A ball may be made of rubber or plastic. It may be made of metal or glass. Balls can be made soft and fluffy. They can even be made of food. So right here, he has a ball on his fork. He was eating a salad, so that looks to me like a little tomato that he's eating. And if you've ever had those little tomatoes that used to come in our salad, you know they're about this big, and they're round just like a ball. What is inside of a ball? Basketballs, soccer balls, and beach balls have air inside, which means that they are hollow. Baseballs, marbles, and bowling balls have no space for air inside. That means they are solid. So if something is hollow, that means it's empty on the inside, except for air. These balls, you have to pump air into them to use them. But balls like these, they're full of a solid. Like this, a bowling ball is really heavy because it's completely solid on the inside. There's no empty room inside. So same thing with the baseball and a marble. This says, what can you do with a ball? So this boy and this man, they are playing a sport called soccer, or some people call it football. You can make a ball bounce and roll. You can throw or kick a ball. You can toss it up high and catch it. You can run with a ball. Try to juggle some balls. You can even toss a ball and let your dog bring it back, and that is called playing fetch. This says which balls bounce. So do all balls bounce? We'll see. Beach balls bounce over the sand. Soccer balls bounce on the grass and into the net. Bounce that volleyball over the net. Up, down, up, down. Balls like to bounce. Which balls are big and heavy? So if you've ever been bowling, you know that bowling balls are pretty big and they're hard and they're very, very heavy. Do you think if you dropped a bowling ball that it would bounce? Probably not. So some balls do not bounce. Roll a bowling ball with all of your might. It is heavy. A cannonball can be big or little, but it is always heavy. So this right here, we don't see these a lot. These are called cannons. And a long time ago, when people used to go to war, they would use these cannons and they would put a thing called a cannonball inside it. They would roll it all the way down and then they would shoot it out. Which balls are little? Which balls are light? So if something is little, we know that means it's small. And light, if you say which ball is light, that means is it heavy or is it light? Marbles and golf balls are solid little balls. Ping pong balls are hollow little balls. You can play hard with them. You put a cotton ball in your mouth and your hand. Put a cotton ball in your hand. It is soft and light. Which balls can you eat? So remember we saw the little boy that was eating a red ball from his salad, his tomato. Let's see what else we can eat. When you want a round snack, have a melon ball or an orange. Try a cheese ball or a popcorn ball. Still hungry? Have a meatball or a matzo ball. What balls are used in sports? We can kick big soccer balls. We can hit baseballs, tennis balls, golf balls, and ping pong balls. We can play croquet too. Footballs are different. They've got pointy ends. We love to play sports with balls. And this says which balls are used in work. So this is a concrete truck that somebody is using at a construction site. So let's see what kind of balls they use. Little balls have jobs in tiny places. You might find them inside your ballpoint pen. Wrecking balls are big and heavy. They crush things. So construction workers sometimes use these things called wrecking balls. And what they do is when a building is old and needs to be torn down, instead of trying to do it with their hands and take a long time, they get these things called wrecking balls. And it is a really big ball that's really hard and heavy, kind of like a bowling ball. And they get it and they swing it back. And then they swing it towards whatever they're trying to knock down and knock it over. Round and round goes the ball. It can bounce or roll or fly in the air. You can hit it, push it, kick it, or catch it. Time to play or time to work is always time to have a ball. So these boys are playing baseball. Actually, I think that's a girl. Girls can play baseball too. And here are some important words that we read in our story. And I noticed something that is the same in a lot of these words. B-A-L-L is in almost all of the words. How do we sound that out? Let's see. B-all, ball. So a lot of these words that we learned have ball in them because our story was about a lot of balls. So let's read our words. Baseball, basketball, beach ball, bowling ball, cannonball, cheese ball, croquet ball, football, golf ball, marble. Oh, there's one word that doesn't have ball in it. Matzo ball, meatball, melon ball, orange. That's missing the word ball. Ping pong ball, popcorn ball, soccer ball, tennis ball, volleyball, and wrecking ball. So those are all the words that we learned. All right, so our goal today was to describe the setting. The setting is where a story takes place. So let's see. Where were these people? There's a lot of different settings in this story. So I can see that these people are probably outside. These people they're outside too. I can see some trees right there. They're reading. So, and he's outside playing. So it looks like the setting of our story is outside. Almost everyone is outside playing with the ball or working with the ball. All right, so there was our book. Have a great day, everybody.